I think that would definitely be the thing to do.
Absolutely.
You know, not wait until after the fact.
It was one of the founders of our country, Benjamin Franklin, who was a genius. He was a scientist, and he was an intellectual and a researcher. And he said that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Oh, that's who said that, huh?
Yeah,
I
Ben
remember that
Franklin.
expression.
Right, and it's never been more true. It's hard to undo a cancer or a tumor. It's medical science has really not succeeded, even with all the high technology and the chemotherapy and radiation. They basically postpone it, but they really the survival rates are a game with figures. But if you can protect yourself and eliminate or reduce the exposure, and then, as you say, good nutrition to help the body stay strong, then you'll be in a much better position in terms of staying well.
Because I think even now the American Cancer Society recognizes the environmental stresses in terms of this explosion of cancer problems in this country. You know?
It's
because everywhere we look, we've been exposed to this type of EMFs.
And then there's more and more research showing that people who live near these high-power emission towers, people who live near airports which use these microwave towers for the guidance system, have a double, triple, quadruple rate of cancer, even though their diet and their living styles appear to be more or less the same of other people living miles away. There is a definite link to it. There's no question about it.
Okay, so now, again, prevention. We avoid the things that we can avoid. In terms of sitting in front of a television, I have always, with my children, made sure that they didn't get up close to the television. You know, children usually like to practically sit in front of the TV, and they're being subjected to all of these waves that are destructive. Certainly, you have to be back as far as you can, maybe 10 feet, something like that. I mean, especially today, they have really larger television, and they're even more powerful. So you can't sit on top of them, you know. You need to be at a safe distance. You need to practice. And actually, first thing is to become aware of where these sources are, where they're coming from. I didn't realize, I should have, about the hair dryers, you know. Not that I use one, but, you know.
You're lovely anyway.
But anyway, once we recognize where the source of this environmental stress and pollution is coming from, we can protect ourselves against this one, that one, because like you say, it's all accumulative. And it's not one thing, but it's this one, the other one, so many of them together. There's
all day long we're exposed to it. I know that my cousin was a programmer, and she was sitting in front of rows of hundreds of men and women working in front of a computer screen all day long, and she was getting blurry vision and serious headaches, and the company was noticing a lot of absenteeism, lateness, illness and problems. And these are because of these tubes are basically the same as a picture tube in a TV set. By going to flat screen, they eliminated a lot of that radiation. So distance from the tube, if you can't yet get a flat screen, at least, as you say, be 10 feet, 8 to 10 feet away. Right? The picture may be a little smaller, but again, it's a geometric progression. It's not arithmetic. It's actually logarithmic. I say, you know, it's a factor of 10 to 1 for every foot away.
Yes.
To reduce the radiation.
And these things are basically habitual. If you allow your child, for instance, to constantly sit in front of the television, they'll be doing it all the while. But if you train them and you set the example by being a certain distance away, then they'll just pick that up and they'll pass that along. Well, we're going to try to show you some of the charts that we were talking about at the end of the show, and some of them are quite astounding, when you can see with your own eyes the difference between someone that is protected against these AMFs to a good degree and one who isn't protected. You can see the actual heat. And we use thermography in chiropractic for another way, you know, just finding which areas of the body were functioning well and which weren't, where there was subluxations and whatnot, because it should be free, you know. Well, Jeffrey, I want to thank you for being on with us once again on Natural Healing. And again, I'll say to our audience, if there are any questions, feel free to give me a call, 1-800-328-1173, or send a self-address. This is the best one here now. For more information, you can send a self-address, stamped envelope, preferably a legal size one, to P.O. Box 762, Inglewood, New Jersey, 07631. And I'll be more than happy to send you whatever information. Make sure that you note what exactly information that you want. So until the next segment of Natural Healing, stay healthy, stay happy.